Hello everyone, a very good morning to all of you. Welcome to the Officers Adda 24/7, the special session of your BRBL subject in the English medium language. I hope so. You people are very fine here, okay? So before starting this session, I would like to say you that today is 31st of October. So from tomorrow, your English medium batch, that is Power Pack Revision Combo batch, is going to be start. So if you have not enrolled till now, so this is the only day in which you can enroll so that you can attend the class sincerely. Okay, so if I say you about this CAIIB ka combo batch, in this you will just get the live session of each class in which we are going to study. We are just going to teach you the conceptual class, and that concept, you know that concept is the power. Okay, so this is important. Next, the recorded session will be also available of this Power Pack revision batch. The teacher will give you the questions regarding this one. After that, in this batch, you will get to know, you will just get mock paper also, then ebooks also, and whatever we are teaching you in this one, in the YT session, that is important. So if you want everything, because I think this batch is sufficient to crack your exam, and do not forget to see the marathon before the exam. So if you see all these things, I think your exam will be clear. Okay, and today we are going to finish the two act. The first is your limitation act. The first is limitation act, and the second is your tax law. So we have to finish these two acts. Okay, number one, law of limitation. It plays the important role in filing the suit, appeal, application. What is the basic difference between suit, appeal, and application? See, suit is basically right where case has to be filed. That is called suit. What is appeal? Appeal, lower to higher. What is appeal? That is lower to higher. In the tribunal, in the court, we have to do. And what is application? Application is normally the document that we are filing. This is called what? That is called your document. Okay. So limitation is basically, we can say that, okay, we can say that this is the play an important role in filing this one. The suit, appeal, application instituted, preferred, and made after the prescribed period shall be dismissed, although limitation has not been set up as a defense. Okay, so it is basically, it will be dismissed. Okay, the suit, application, this will dismiss if you not file the case within the time limit. Because why the time limit is there? So that nobody can slip over his right. It is the journal duty of every person that they have to be wake up on his right, and whenever your right is violated, it is your responsibility to file the case. Done. The act provide exclusion of certain period while computing the limitation, period of limitation. This is very important point, class. In this point, see, acknowledgement in writing and the part payment. These are the 2 points in which your limitation will be freshly counted. This is 1 and this is 2. So the fresh period of limitation from the time when the acknowledgement was signed, it will be counted, and the payment was made, the limitation, the fresh period of limitation will be counted. The fresh period of limitation will be counted, class. This is important. Is that okay, class? Is that clear, class? Okay, and the schedule means it is just like the provision of the act. The schedule to the act provides the limitation period and the time from which that will compute it. So in the page class, we have generally seen the chart under which various acts are there and the limitations are there. Okay, so this is your limitation act summary. Now, the limitation act definition suit does not include appeal or application. Tell me. That is important. The limitation act definition of suit does not include what? Appeal or application. Tell me. So this is absolutely right, because appeal is different, suit is different, application is different. Okay. The defendant is required to set up the plea of limitation if he has succeeded in a suit instituted beyond the period of limitation. That is important one. The question is very simple. The defendant is required to set up plea of limitation if he has succeeded in a suit instituted that is beyond, if it is beyond period of limitation. So I don't think this is right. This is false, because beyond period of limitation, you cannot file the case. That's it. Okay. A suit is said to be instituted when the plaintiff is presented before the proper officer. So class, see, in any civil cases, what is civil cases? The civil cases that basically comes under the person versus person. Person versus person. Okay. So in this case, suppose X versus Y is there. X is what? Plaintiff, and Y is called defendant. Right? Plaintiff and defendant. So plaintiff is a person who filed the case. Okay, and defendant to whom we file the case. Okay, class. So this is called plaintiff defendant. So a suit is said to be instituted when the plaintiff before file the proper court. That is absolutely true. This is true, class. Okay. Now, acknowledgement in writing give rise to the fresh period of limitation. That is yes. Right now we have just discussed. This is absolutely true. Okay. Now, the part payment of a debt within the period of limitation entail the plaintiff to compute fresh period of limitation. The part payment also, we have a fresh period of limitation. That is true. This is class true. Is that okay? Now, please see all the questions so that we can just move toward the tax law. So that just we can move toward the class tax law. Is that okay? Done, class? Now, let's move toward the next. The limitation of mortgage. Class, the limitation of mortgage is 3 years. The limitation of mortgage, okay, suit is 3 years from the date when the mortgage money becomes due. Tell me the right answer. So class, the limitation for mortgage is 12 year, not 3 years. So this is totally false. A suit on demand promissory note can be filed within 3 years. For the promissory note, the limitation is 3 years. Tell me. Seventh one. That is absolutely false. This is not your 3 year. So this is the right answer. Okay. So that's all for this limitation act. Now move toward the tax law. So in the tax law, as a business entity, banks are required to comply with the essentially two main tax law, that is income tax and GST. In its simplest form, income tax is calculated in respect of the individual by computing income. See class, the definition of income now, that is not fixed, because we know that the income generally come from the salary, that basically come from the profit of the business, that come from the rent in the form of rent, that come in the form of dividend. So there are so many ways in which the income is there. So that's why the definition of income is not fixed. Calculating the corporate tax liability, it is more complicated. There are also separate compliance requirement in respect of the TDS. Okay. The GST, as we know that, what is GST? Goods and services tax, that is a single tax that remove all the indirect tax. See? Okay. And GST always apply on the goods and services, and the government is looking at improving the economic by eliminating the cascading system of tax and streamlining the business process in India. That's it. Okay. Now, let's move toward the question. The liability to pay income tax arises on the account of residential address and the place of source of income. That is true and false. That is true and false. Yes, class. The liability to pay income tax arises on the account of residential address and the place of source of income. That is true. This is true, class. Okay. Assessment year represent period of 12 months beginning from 1st April each year and end 31st March another year is a relevant financial year. That is important. So this is absolutely class right. Previous year is the financial year immediately preceding the assessment year. Assessment year also assessment of the previous year. Assessment of the income of the previous year. So that's why this statement is absolutely true. Income is taxes only on salary. Income is taxes only on salary, class. Tell me. I don't think so. The income is tax only on salary. That is absolutely false. Income exempt from tax is to be deducted out of the taxable income before computation of tax. Computation means that is calculated. Computation means that is calculated. Fifth one. Income exempt from tax. That is absolutely false. Why the income will be exempt from the tax? That is absolutely false. Okay, next. Assessment is two types, summary assessment and scrutiny assessment. What is scrutiny in detail form? Scrutiny means, class, that is in detail form. So tell me. Assessment is of two types, summary assessment and the scrutiny assessment. The answer is absolutely true. This is true. Partnership firm, if it has no income, need not file a tax return. Tell me. Yes, class. Seventh one. Partnership firm. What is partnership firm? Partnership verb is basically where partners are there, P1, P2, P3. And it is not compulsory to be registered. It is optional for the partnership to be registered and non-registered. So that is totally false. Tax assessed by AO shall be paid within how many days? So AO is assessing officer. AO is assessing officer. So tell me class, tax assessed by AO shall be paid within how many days? So that shall be paid within 30 days. Entire advance tax is to be paid on the 15th March, 9th. Tell me class, 9th, what is the right answer? That is absolutely true. Tax deduction is to be made. Tax deduction is to be made before making interest payment to the non-resident in NRO account. That is the non-resident Tell me, tax deduction is to be made before making interest payment to the non-resident in the NRO account. 10th one. So NRO is basically non-resident ordinary account. What is this? Non-resident ordinary account. So this is absolutely true. Okay, next. Tax deducted at source is to be deposited within 1 week from the end of the month which is to be deducted. True and false. Tax deducted at source is to be deposited within 1 week So for the 11th one, that is the absolutely true. You have to learn these things. Person deducting source at source is required to file quarterly return of TDS? Yes. The GST is one direct tax for the whole nation? No. That is the indirect tax. Okay, this is the indirect tax. So class, this is all for today's class. So guys, if you are new in this session, this is your batch. What you have to do, see, first of all, just apply the Adda 24/7. When you just put the Adda 24/7, this is your official site. Click on all courses. Okay, if you click on all courses, this is JIB CAIIB. Click on JIB CAIIB, CAIIB November 2023. Either you can purchase the CAIIB Mahapack in which double validity is going on. In this CAIIB ka Mahapack, revision batch is included. Marathon of June session that we have already conducted is included. Mock paper, ebooks, plus video courses of elective paper is also included. And you know, for the elective paper, we will launch the batch. That batch will be also included in the CAIIB ka Mahapack. So if you want to enroll it, click on this. Click on buy now, apply the coupon code, that is JOY80. Apply. See, 80% discount is there. So the actual price of this is only 6,499. That's it, okay? And you can easily see in this Mahapack, live classes, test series, ebooks, videos, right? And what is the special thing in this batch is that it included all the elective paper video courses. That is not available in the single batch. And this is your Mahapack is now bigger and better. Why? Because it includes mini marathon, Maha marathon, practice paper. So this is important from the examination point of view. Is that okay? And if you want to purchase only the single batch, so if you want to purchase the single batch, so you can purchase the single batch also. Your English medium batch, this, apply the coupon code same, joy80. That is joy80. If you click on apply, you can see only 2,999 is the exact price of this batch. Okay, this is your English Power Pack revision batch. Okay, is that okay? So this is all for today's class, and now from tomorrow we will start the module B summary and the questions. Thank you so much.